Hello, hello, everybody. We're back for another Minecraft Tuesday, but on a Monday? So yeah, I apologize for moving the day, but there's a couple things that I wanted to test out. The first was I wanted to see if Monday was a day that would work. I also wanted to see if the time was better for people because I used to stream it at 2, but then I had to stop. I don't think I could go to doing 2 o'clock any day, unfortunately, but I could move around and do Monday or something like that. We'll see. No way. OMB's back. OMB. I knew it. I knew that it was the time was why OMB wasn't here. Brother was asleep. Couldn't come to the stream. But yeah, no. So I'm hoping to keep this maybe. I don't know. Timing is just such a tough thing for me to figure out. With streaming, can find a good time for everybody, or myself, honestly, or myself. Beforehand, Tuesday, Thursdays worked really well for me, but now Tuesday, Thursdays are arguably the worst day. Anton Blast demo got an update today. Oh no. The Pizza Tower game. There's also another one. It's like bombing something. That's also a Pizza Tower like inspired game. I guess we'll call them. If we start calling them like Wario likes, I'm gonna scream. I'm all in caps for some reason. They already are Wario likes. Ew, that's such an awful name. I hate it. It is funny though. I'm trying to adjust my screen while I'm playing, and it is just straight up not working. There we go. All right, we're good. Anton Blast has no inspiration. I don't know about that. They might tell you that, but I don't know. You got to look at the actual stream or the actual game. It straight up looks like Pizza Tower. Anton Blast is inspired by Wario Land 4 and Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, but why did it come out now? Cuz now it's just going to look like a Pizza Tower game. Like Wario Land 4 and Crash Bandicoot came out before I was born. So it had time to come out. No, I'm kidding. Another thing with Anton Blast that I find interesting is that it's based off of like what you talked about, but um it's part of an what, you don't doubt that I was born before that? Hater. That's what Chad is right now. Hating. Anton is a character from like they have like a whole lore, right? Like they already had games and then they made Anton Blast with one of the characters. So they might say it was inspired by those games, but it came after Pizza Tower, so I feel like it's hard to be like it wasn't inspired by it, you know? You get what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? I should grab some more emeralds. You mean the Chaos Emeralds? Speaking of Sonic, there's so much stuff coming out. Anton Blast. Yes, I know. But then they made they made this new one that's inspired by Pizza Tower. Am Am I going to need an axe? I'm probably going to need another axe. I don't think I need 2, though. It's not inspired by Pizza Tower. Yo, Orchid Lily, what's up? Glad you survived your birthday. Yeah, it was. I as soon as I ended stream, I actually just like took a shower and went to bed. I didn't do anything else fun. I literally am. I'm actually so old. Is my pickaxe about to run out? My pickaxe is about to run out. I need to buy a new pickaxe. Forgot about the pickaxe. Yeah, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna do all this fun celebrating stuff for my birthday, and then I just went to bed. Old people like sleeping, so sounds like you had fun. Oh man, not long enough. That's what I always say in the morning. It's like, how did you sleep? Well, not long enough. You know, you wish you had more time to sleep. I feel old, but I'm really not. In the prime of my life. OMB's back again. I like the new profile pic, OMB. It's orange now. Meme of the 2 men clasping arms, babies and old people sleeping. I like that. I should put a beacon over here, so this is way easier, but it's... I don't know where I'm going to get a beacon. How do I... Hold on. Maybe I can look up beacon? Damn. I have to be at a crafting table. I forget how to craft a beacon. And I think... Oh, no. I could... Oh, God. I have to get a nether star? Maybe I could just steal one from here. All I need is the mining. So if I can just nab one of them. What's this one? This one is... resistance. Obby on the bottom, top of glass. Just take the mining one. But doesn't it get rid of whatever you make? By the way, this is the line in the development section of Anton Blast Wiki. Cites Wario Land, Crash Bandicoot, Metroid, Genesis, Cuphead. Yeah, no, they can tell you whatever they want. They can just say whatever they want. But is anyone using the mining one? I don't know. I don't think anybody's using any of them right now because they're in the middle of a place where nobody works. Speaking of which, I need the iron to make the beacon. Which, oh, you know where I can get a lot of iron? So move the whole thing. I know you're making sense, but like I just don't wanna. I want to do it my way. No, I guess it doesn't take a lot to move them. I think the... Oh shit, there's an Enderman. Oh man, I died. Okay. Oh, seeds? Yeah, I'll put seeds in there. I think I need something to charge the beacon though, right? Like I need like an emerald or something. A regen would be handy. Oh, I can recharge it with iron? Okay. Oh, so it's any ore. Okay. Tour de Pizza have made comics with Anton in them, some with Peppino, and it's a bit of a running gag between them. Okay. Trying to think of another good example of this. To be like, yeah, well. Have we been using a bunch? No, there it is. Region is good in the main base area. Yeah, the problem is we're so spread out that like having one just for regen might be tough because like I said, we're so spread out. Okay. Like beacons don't go that far actually. This is going to be like puke inducing as I try and get down here without dying. Hick. Oh, I should calculate this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 4 by 5. Okay. So it's a 4 by 5, and then I think it's 3 tall. Maybe it's time to turn the main beacon into beacon kits. Are beacon kits in the base game? I had never heard of a beacon kit before, so I don't know enough stuff about this. Or I don't know enough about this stuff to really be able to tell you. Yes, it's a beacon and iron blocks in a shulker box. That's in the base game? That does not sound like something in the base game. Carry the shulker box where you're going to work and build the beacon. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. Okay. So basically you're just taking the supplies with you and then and then building when you set up. Okay. That sounds like a cool idea. Whew. This is a lot of iron. Holy moly. Right behind you. Gigi's right behind me, guys. Gigi, you should join the game today. I'm busy sleeping and napping and also taking a nap. Thanks, that's what Mom told me. Do you have a wither skeleton farm? I think we do. Yeah, we do. You did a good job. I know, I did a great job because I'm a fucking fauna sapling. Yeah, we have a wither skeleton farm, but not a wither farm. So I just haven't gotten around to making the wither farm. Or none of us have, actually. I guess I could spawn and fight the wither, but I don't know if that's going to go well, me fighting alone, so. True. I don't quite know how to cheese it in Bedrock. Or in Java, my bad. I only know how to cheese it in Bedrock, where you, like, spawn it into the ground. Is it different for Java, or is it the same? It's funny because Tim came in here and took a beacon the other day. Under the end portal or 2 block thick. So I thought that only worked on I thought that only worked on Bedrock. Because we have an area that's like that. You build it with obsidian, I'm pretty sure. Also, how's the volume on the music? Can you guys hear the music, or is it just me that can hear it? Because I can always turn my volume down if the music's too loud. But I don't like the music to blow me out. No music. Oh, God. How about now? How's it now? We'll start over. Barely. Okay. I get so panicky about the music. I always worry that the music is going to blow out my voice and then you won't be able to hear me. No wonder people came in and were like, nah, this stream sucks. This guy's not even playing music. This is taking forever to take this apart. The wither trick definitely works in Java. I don't know if it works in Bedrock, as I've only played normal Minecraft in Bedrock. I thought it didn't work in Java, but I can try it. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because what I want out of it is a beacon, and I already have a beacon, so I'm chilling. I mean, there was that one stream where we fought the wither, and I just, like, died immediately, and then Kirby killed it himself, and I was like, oh, okay. Which was pretty funny. So any Minecraft experts in the chat right now, do you guys know what the range of a beacon is? I need to know. This is important. Because if I have to rebuild this, I'm going to cry. All these ominous banners. This is from our raid farm, by the way. Okay, we're chilling. Now I just gotta get out of here somehow. Wait. Ooh, I should go and get more rockets. I didn't realize I was almost out of rockets. So, to anybody who wasn't here last Tuesday when I talked about the project that I'm currently working on, so the plan here is to use, or not use, sorry, to range depends on the beacon size. Ah, crap! I forgot to calculate it. I think it was 4 blocks tall. I could always go back and recalculate it. Oh, you son of a! Come on, bro. This is an intense fight. There. Hey. Okay. Flint and steel. Where's the item sorter? Item sorter. There are so many pigmen. I'm wrong till the heat of day. Flint and steel, baby. I knew it. Oh, by the way, can you hear my fidget toy now? Come on. Oh, come on. Stop shooting me. Okay, there we go. One level is 20 blocks, up to 50 blocks at 4 levels. I know I can dodge them. I just didn't want to. Hey, do you think I can snipe this while I'm flying? Ooh! Ooh! Got him. Okay, so it's 4 blocks high, and the top set is a 4x5 grid. So I basically just have to make a 4x5 grid 4 blocks up, so 3 blocks up actually, and then go from there. Where did the rockets go? Man. Why does all the stuff keep getting moved? I just wanted rockets. You only have 3 beacons, so you can do a 3x5 on top. True. Ow. I used to have more, but then it stopped having them. Then 5x7, 7x9, and then... Is that guy still chasing me? No, he's not. Okay. Why are there so many piglins? They're like everywhere. Then 15 by 35 by 63? No. Oh, you're telling me the block number. So there's 15, 35, and then 63. Okay. That would probably line up with how many I have in my inventory. See how much harder it is to try and find rockets now that they're here instead? 113? I'd have to calculate it, but I wouldn't... I would agree with you. I think it's probably that number. The item sorter is insane. Yeah, no. I'm so glad that they built it because I don't even think with a guide I'd be able to build this. It's so complicated. I always wanted to build one of these, but I never knew how to do it. So the fact that they did it for me is fantastic because I could have never built this. This is insane. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, rockets used to be in a different chest, and now they're in this other chest, and now it's, like, taking me 10 times as long to find them. Why can't we keep stuff in, like, one place? Why does it have to be in 8 different places? Oh, by the way, here's beacons. But we don't have any beacons right now. Oh, here's nether stars. We don't have any in there. Where in the hell are rockets? I'm gonna lose my mind. I swear on my life that Fuzzy emptied out the rockets and put them in the item sorter to make it easier to find them. And now I actually just can't find them. Wouldn't they be in redstone, I guess? I don't know. Where in the world are they? They're not by the elytra either, because I just checked. Oh, it's such a pain. It, like, gives me an actual headache. Oh, they're there. All right. Firework rocket. I don't think these are the right... No, they're the right ones. I'll grab 2 while I'm here. The coolest part about the item sorter is that it lags the hell out of your PC by just existing in the same space as it. So what's the max range of a beacon with 4 blocks worth of in its pyramid? 50 blocks? That's not a lot of blocks. I guess it makes up for its range with height. But this has got to be as big as a map, so I might have to move this, which is going to suck. Let me put it here, because this will be like in the middle of all the stuff that I'm working on. Okay. By the way, for anybody that wasn't here on last Tuesday when I started work, what I am making is an area that is completely white, so I can, or an entire map's worth of space. So anyway, an entire map's space is enough where then you can make pixel art and you can put it in a map, and then it'll just be like, or you can put it in an item frame and it'll be like wall mounted pixel art, and you can use that to also make custom textures on walls and stuff like that. And so I'm digging out this entire map's worth of space and making it all white so that I can then replace it and put in oh, come on. Doing this in the middle of the forest is going to make me lose my mind. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And chat tells me that I can do a 3x5. So let me do 3. Bonus points for doing a fully upgraded map, so the pixel art is high res. Wait, what do you mean by fully upgraded? Oh, that's right. You can make the maps bigger. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, no. Shit. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I know. This already hurts, and I'm just doing the easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I can put the 3 in the middle. Wow, chat, you're so smart. Okay, so I want this one to be haste. So this is a haste one now? So why am I not getting... Oh, there we go. This one, jump boost, strength, resistance. I want speed on this one. Yo, sun's out, guns out. What's up? Good to see you. Resistance, jump... Oh, I want the jump boost. Oh, jump boost I need a second pillar for. We are back with Minecraft. I was going to make today a Maker Tuesday, but... Or a Maker Monday, I guess it would technically be. I have to talk with Kirby. We might... If he... So the reason that we were on Tuesday, Thursday originally was because that's when he has off of work. But his work schedule has been kind of in flux recently. And so I'm going to see if he can push it maybe Monday, Wednesday. And then there's a possibility that I could stream on Friday as well. Anyway. Thinking of moving stuff around. Anyway. I was going to do today as a Maker Tuesday, but the thing I wanted to make was another Halloween thing. And I feel like I've kind of done a lot of Halloween stuff on the channel in terms of Maker Tuesday. And then I'm about to post like a shitload of videos about Halloween. So I didn't want it to be like Halloween overload on the channel. So I got something in mind. You're good. I'm unset. I'm upset with the CNC machine going down anyway, so Minecraft is cool. Oh my gosh, what was it? What was it that I saw and I was like, "Oh, that's it. That's it." I sent it to the guys in the server as well cuz we have an entire maker channel in the Discord. Still working on making it public. I apologize for everybody who's like, "Well, I want to be in the Discord." Anyway, so the I saw a video where a guy had a CNC machine and there's a special bit for it that lets it use a straight razor as like a cutting bit, and so you can like CNC cut leather. I was like, that's so ingenious. Please eat. Oh, sorry. Giving everybody anxiety by never eating and keeping my hearts low. Oh, I love it. Oh, this is a groovy remix. Okay, this one can be jump boost. Because one of these can have regeneration as the second tier. What are you going to make with the leather? The guy on the video made like a wallet or something like that, and I was like, that's super cool. I don't know. I'm just always obsessed with making. I mean, obviously I'm a maker, but if I had like, I talk about this a lot with friends, but like, what would you do if money wasn't like a concern? What would you do? I would totally be like one of those like Etsy makers that does like, oh, I make like special leather wallets or so, like handmade like leather wallets or something like that. I do a lot of 3D printing just because I have 3D printer and I've like been trained on it, but I would love to branch out and do laser cutting, CNC work, that kind of stuff. What are you I really want to get into CO2 laser cutting and stuff like that. It's very interesting to me. I bought a drag engraver and it was engraving whatever character holding an apple on the back of phones and laptop. Oh, that's sick. I've actually heard of those before. They that kind of stuff's really cool, like custom engraving technology. Alright, so this should be complete, so now you should be able to... Yeah, perfect. Haste 2. This one is speed. I don't think I need speed 2. I can do regeneration on this one. Jump boost 2 would probably be good. So I'm going to do jump boost 2. Oh, yeah, look at that. And then how fast can I dig now? Oh, we're moving now. Now we're cooking with gas. And now I don't need to eat either, so I can replace this. Boom, look at that. Oh, and the jump is going to help me get to the top of the trees. Oh, it's great. It's great. Well, sun's out. I think... I want to look more into other things of making. The one that I'm really interested in is a CO2, I believe it's called a CO2 diode laser. I apologize if I'm mixing up the terms, because I know one uses light, obviously, and the other uses compressed gas. From what I've heard, I think I'm more interested in a CO2 laser because... No, I'm messing up the terms. CO2 laser is one laser, and then a diode laser is a totally different laser. CNCing is cool. What I would love to do eventually down the road is I built a foundry, and I was recycling aluminum. It would be really cool to, like, cast, like, aluminum blocks and then CNC my own, like, aluminum molds. Because then I could injection mold at home, which would be, like, insanely cool. Um, especially if I had like the chopped up plastic at home. Like I could chop up plastic at home and then injection mold it. Oh, it would be so cool, dude. Again, if I was able to like quote unquote make a job out of this, there's so much stuff like problem is like ADHD. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. Like I can't focus on one thing at a time. But I've been very vocal, and if you don't know this about me, I'm very sad. Must be a first-time viewer, which is cool. But I'm huge into recycling, and so looking at how can I take these waste products and turn them into some type of product or something that somebody could use is super cool to me. And so just kind of looking at all that stuff has been kind of fun. Oh, look, the beacon shows up now. Even if in the short term, rather than injection molding, I did it by hand, that would still be cool. There's this guy that the US version of Brothers Make Dreams. So good to see you, man. I missed you. Oh my gosh, it's been forever. We're getting the gang back together, it sounds like. If Brothers Make wasn't in Europe, I would apply to work for them. But I think I don't know if they're hiring. I also don't know if they would hire me specifically, because I'm not like a mechanical engineer, so I don't know. But what I would love to do is, they said they don't work with like 3D printing anything because they said that the tolerances need to be high. I would love to be like, hey guys, what if we used an art me? Also, Dreams, I know you have adult stuff, but if you do get done with that, you're more than welcome to join the open voice chat and talk, because we could yap about 3D printing stuff for days. How many months have we been talking about the meld? Yep, it's adulting time. I figured. It was so tough over 3D Printopia to talk about the stuff that we had done or talked about, because Josh doesn't call you Dreams, and so I kept like calling you Dreams, and he'd be like, "Who is that?" The CO2 lasers are much more powerful than a diode. I know of a test. What I do is my can't really engrave aluminum. It marks it, but that's it. I'm so sick of 3D printing at the moment, but I'm so close to being done with the parts for the printer-block printer. Yeah, no, I can imagine. What I do is I'll often work in shifts. Like, I did a bunch of work before 3D Printopia, not on 3D Printopia stuff, but on videos. And then, so now I'm just sitting on videos that are going to get posted in a little bit, so that I could take like a week or two off of printing, because I was like, oh, I'm so done with printing right now. I need another K1. I'm itching to buy another printer, but I don't need one right now. What I really need is a good way to get multicolor printing, like an AMS or something like that. But I haven't, I don't want to invest in Bamboo, especially with the stuff that's coming out with those pulleys that break on the printers after a year or two. Guns out. Company you were talking about hasn't seen Marked Forge, and what they're doing these days. They showed off some printed parts with tight tolerances at a couple master cam classes that I've taken. I needed another K1 a month ago. I've been having a little bit of trouble with mine. I'm going to be honest. Mine's been giving me trouble with the Z offset. So I'm not super fond of my K1 right now. I'm a little bit angry with it. So the people that I saw at 3D Printopia were Lightburn. If you're talking about the thing I was talking about with tolerances, that was Brothers Make, and they were talking about 3D printer filament and how like there's this idea that 3D printer filament needs to be super precise to print well, which the whole point of the Recreator is that that's not true. Anyway, no issues, strange rattling noises, but gave it some lube and it worked well. Yeah, mine is fine. I'm getting no like weird noises, but my stuff keeps peeling off the bed. And my Z offset is saying that the difference between the highest point and the lowest point is 0.7, I believe, millimeters, which is like awful. So I don't know what to do with it. I took it apart and tried to like re-level it manually, and it took me like 2 months of 2 weeks of tinkering to even get back to where like it was originally. And so I don't really want to play with it anymore. And that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to get a Bamboo printer, because I know that they are not known for their serviceability. Yeah, that's like a whole step. So everything I'm printing is like completely off on its level. Like everything wobbles that I print because it's so off. But I don't know how to fix it, so I've just kind of been easing off of all the printing that I've been doing. Printing more aesthetic parts and stuff like that. Or things that don't print over the whole bed. It's probably more than it's almost 2 steps off, because a step is 0.4, right? So it's almost 0.8, which is like almost 2 steps. The only way to solve it that I found is to do the bed level. It doesn't come with bed tramming. You can't tram the bed on a K1, unfortunately, because it's a Core XY machine. Or not because it's a Core XY machine, unless you root it, and I don't really want to root it. I might have to, but every time I root it, it breaks, so I don't really feel comfortable doing that. Whoop, water break. Gotta take some water. Drink some water. Couldn't you manually rotate the bed screw that is off? So you know the K1, it doesn't use bed screws. If you want to manually tilt the lead screw that's on the side, you have to flip it upside down, and you have to flip it upside down, take the cover off the bottom, and then unhook the belt and tilt it, and then be very careful that when you're putting the belt back on, you don't accidentally move the axes again. And every time you do that, you then have to put everything back together and test. And so if it's off, then you have to like undo everything again. And so for me, it took, just to test it like 5 or 6 times, I was there for like hours. Root and throw a Big Tree Tech Eddy on it. I don't know what a Big Tree Tech Eddy is. What I wish there was that I wish there was room to put motors in each of the axes so that they were independently driven, so that then the printer itself could adjust the individual corners to get pure bed, like true bed leveling. That's what the K2 is promising, although the K2 has... I haven't seen any new things about the K2 since May. So, apparently it's supposed to be shipping. Oh, a brain transplant. No, I'm not... I don't know if it's even possible on the existing board. But the K2 apparently can... Each axis is independently driven, and so it can manually adjust the bed to be truly level. But yeah, I have heard no information on updates on the K2, and I'm starting to get a little nervous that it's going to be really disappointing. And so yeah, that'll suck if it is, because I hedged a lot of my bets for the past year on Creality, so I'm gonna look stupid when the K2 comes out and is mid. It's saying out a Manta or something. Oh, okay. Make some extra space for the... Yeah, that I get what you're saying, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, my inventory is full. I want to do a bunch of those printed upgrades to the K1. There's one so that you don't have to take the cover off. There's like a riser for the cover that will let you like open and close it depending on which material you're printing, because if you're printing PLA, it gets too hot in the enclosure and will start to cause it to peel. There's a mod on the door so that the door doesn't like break off as easily. And then there's mods on the feet so that the feet don't come off when you lift it, which would be cool. I have them bookmarked on... Thangs or printables. I can't remember which one they're all on. I'm pretty sure it's printables. I have the whole... somebody made like a whole playlist. Just try to give top mounted spool holder and a smart filament sensor. So, I don't know if this is like a hot take. For the most part, I really don't mind the rear mounted spool holder. I probably won't change that, because for me, I'm horizontally challenged in my workshop, and so having the spool holder or the spool in the back is nicer for me. Then most of them move it to the side. The top to me just kind of seems very precarious unless you were doing unless you had something up there like an AMS unit, like the CFS, whatever the hell they're calling their automatic material system or whatever. Oh, gotta get the haste back. I'll have to see how things develop with my K1. If I do end up getting a CFS for it, I mean, it'll have to move it. It'll have to move the what's it called? The filament sensor and all that stuff. I haven't tried out a smart one, but honestly, I don't... Knock on wood, I know as soon as I say this, I'm going to have issues, but I haven't had very many issues with it, like with rolls tangling, since like modern day spools don't really have issues with tangling that I've found, but I tape all of my filaments to the spools themselves when I store them. So I haven't had tangling issues on any of my printers for almost an entire year. I hate to say this as a Recreator ambassador, but the only spools that have given me trouble with tangling are Recreator spools that I make myself. So that would be one where I would use a smart filament sensor. But in those cases, I don't know if I'm really interested in printing PET on my K1, because the big advantage of using the K1 is that it's high speed, but I just don't know if the high speed is something that I really care about when I'm printing with PET, because I would rather have higher consistency than higher speed, because printing with PET is I have a finite amount of it because I'm making it myself. Whereas like PLA, I can always just go and buy another roll, so I can make more mistakes. But you can't make as many mistakes with the Recreator rolls because you only have so much of it, you know? Don't want to waste it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I hear what you're saying, but you're wrong. I hate dragging my printer forward to replace a spool. So like, then just don't. Like I don't drag it forward to replace a spool. Instead, what I do is I like hug my printer. Like I have it at arm's level, and I hug around the printer, and I move with one hand the spool, and the other hand I hold the printer to like keep it from moving. I honestly, I don't know if I'm crazy or like what it is, but I legitimately don't have the issues that people have with the rear mounted spool holder. I really don't. I don't mean to say like, oh, you're invalid if you have issues. I don't get why I don't have as many issues as other people have. Honestly, the only thing that bugs me about it is because it's rear mounted, it makes the Bowden tube from the spool all the way to the Bowden tube from the spool to the hot end way longer, and so the run out is just not as long. Or sorry, it's way longer. That if I'm making sense, or if I just sound like I'm crazy. But then you have wasted space behind, and XY space is more limited than Z. For my setup, I have more depth to my workspace than I have horizontal. So for me, it's actually better to put the spools behind or above, I guess, the printer, than it is to put them to the left or the right. Because I'm limited in the left and right on my workshop, or in my workshop. But that's why I'm saying me and not most people, because I don't know what most people's setups are like. I know a lot of people do struggle with the Z-axis in their setups where they're limited in their height, but I'm not. For the most part. Now, if I had more printers and I was making like a full like setup, which I'm working on building, I might start being limited in the Z, which then would benefit having the rear mounted spools. So we are in agreement? For the most part, I guess. I mean, I'm never going to tell you not to do a mod on your own device. Like, if it works for you, good. I'm glad. Happy that it works for you. Unless you root your device, then I'm going to be like, why did you do... No, I'm kidding. Kirby's not even here to laugh at that joke. Put the spool anywhere above the printer is in the Z. Put the spool behind and it's in the Y. It's stupid. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm limited in the X. No. I'm limited in the X direction, not the Y or the Z direction. So for me, it's more beneficial for me to put the spool in the, like, behind the printer, because I'm not limited in that direction. But I could also theoretically put it above. The reason I don't right now is because I feel that it would compromise the oh my gosh. It would mess up the input shaping of the printer, because it would add weight to the top. But with something like an AMS, where it's more enclosed and supposed to be like that, I believe it might not impact the input shaping as bad. Also, something like the K2 or the K1 Max have more, they're bigger, and so they can spread out that vibration over a larger footprint. And so I think they also benefit from a top-mounted spool holder much more than the K1 does. If I could go back in time and make a different decision, it would be to buy the K1 Max instead of the K1, because from what I've heard, a lot of the issues that I have with the K1, are issues that others don't have with the K1 Max. So I feel like the K1 Max is just a better machine in general than the K1 is. I think this is the level I'm using. Yeah, it is. I have a wall behind my printers. I'd put the spool on that. Ooh, I should send you. There's a file that I was gonna make that. You know what? Here, I'm gonna go into Paint and kind of draw exactly what I'm thinking of doing. So I'm completely redoing my workshop currently, and I'm hoping that will also make the videos better. So look out for that, guys. But here, let me Where is Minecraft? There we go. Why is it not showing Paint? There we go. So this is going to be like kind of a disruption. I apologize. So what I'm working on right now is, so I have my desk here where I can work. I have my printer here. You know, that takes up this space, theoretically. You could imagine that this is like a dotted line right there. Just suspend the spool from the ceiling. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm suggesting. So anyway, I have my printers here. Drawing with the mouse is hard. Not used to it. Anyway. So I have my printers here. Then up above them, there's these brackets that you can print, and you can run dowel rods through them. So like here and here. And you can have another bracket here. And then what you can do is you can put your spools here. And then if you have a nice enough reverse Bowden setup in some printers, what they'll do, like some places that I've seen, they'll actually print directly like from here into the printer itself. I'm not really a huge fan of that idea because then you're extending the distance between the spools and also you're bending it at a weird angle. I'm not a huge fan of this setup, but I like it for displaying all the filament spools. I'm working on building something like this for my current setup, but I don't have a wall against my desk. I'm actually in the middle of the floor plan. I'm in like the middle, and so I actually don't have a wall here. What you see in the back of my videos is actually my university was getting rid of a corkboard from like one of the school's wall, like one of the walls in the school, and so I just took it home. So this is just like a wall-mounted corkboard that's in between the both of these. It used to be a foam piece that I duct taped together from the dollar store. So if you ever wondered why my backgrounds look like shit in most of my videos, that's why. It's just me repurposing garbage that I had laying around. But I'm working on building a new space that will have a wall behind me. I'm not planning on getting rid of the corkboard because I like the corkboard to be able to display stuff. But I'm looking to film against an actual wall. And the wall, what I want to do is I want to put up all the stuff, like different things that I printed on like shelves and stuff around it, so you can kind of see stuff that I've worked on in the past. Also, what it should mean is that since I'm in the middle of the floor plan right now, all of my cameras are just on tripods, and whenever I'm not printing, they move, and so the camera angle is different every single time pretty much every print. My camera angle is different. The only one that's not like that is the K1, because it uses a camera that's inside the printer itself. But for my bed slingers, they just have cameras on tripods that are connected to Raspberry Pis that are on the desk right here. So that will if I have a space that's not in the middle of the floor plan, I can have permanent setups for these. It'll still probably be on tripods, but they'll be permanent setups. Also, I can then light this area up independent of the whole workspace, so the lighting can be more consistent. So that those are some updates that are coming to my my setup. So fingers crossed that they do that all goes well. No idea. Put up a piece of plywood and use big knives to stab through whatever you want to display. Shows you're smart and dangerous. That's not far off of some of this of like all jokes aside, that's not far off of kind of what I'm considering right now. Because the wall is masonry. It's not masonry, my bad. It's concrete. And so I'll probably put up like a big piece of plywood to like actually, do stuff. Also, the all of the frogs, I'm thinking of displaying them in like a nicer manner. I just can't figure out how I want to do it. So I've been working on that. What I really wanted to do was I wanted to make like a tree for all the tree frogs to sit on, but I can't settle on a design that I like, and so I've just kind of been. I haven't come up with anything yet. What I was originally going to do was I was going to repurpose an old cabinet and put them in the cabinet, but I just don't like it. It feels too... I want it to kind of feel organic because they're frogs. They're not like benchies. But I just don't like it. So I'm just, working on that on the side. What I would like to do is when I finish off the final, like, thing for the frogs, like where I'm going to put the frogs, I'm going to make a full-length video where I talk in depth about each filament that I've used and like what projects I've used them on, and then how they've printed, that kind of stuff. Because the whole idea when I started the channel was that they're called filament demonstrations because I was supposed to be demonstrating the filament color. And then they would be part of a larger video where I would talk about how it was to print those, and then show off some of my like printer settings, although I don't know if that's that important. Print the Great Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time. Again, that's kind of close to what I was thinking, but I just haven't. I'm waiting for the inspiration to hit where I'm like, that's what I want to do. And unfortunately, it just hasn't. Originally, what I was going to do is I was going to take like the bookshelf and like glue like tree leaves onto the back of it and make it and like take the scrapbooking paper that looks like a tropical forest and put that on the background so it looked like the frogs were on like leaves from a tropical forest. But I didn't really like it. Right now I'm debating just painting the whole shelf black and then making like risers for them, and then the ones that I really like the colors that are, stand out, I put those ones on leaves as like a way to highlight them. But I've kind of been inspired by what Micro Center did, where they had like almost like a cloth that they had made out of filament swatches, which was cool. So I'm not going to switch. I want to keep it as the tree frogs because I think the tree frogs are they have like what's it called? They have emotional backing for me. Like, I don't just print them because they're frogs. I print them for a reason, but I don't want to spoil that reason because that's what I want to talk about in the video. I also wanted to do that video. Another reason I've been dragging my feet on that project is just because I wanted to do it as a channel milestone for like 1,000 subs or something like that. Because the frogs, I picked the frogs for a very specific reason. So I'm part frog, yes. Originally, I wanted to be a frog VTuber. Another Universal merge coming. Yeah, originally I was going to be a frog VTuber because most VTubers are animal based. Or like, yeah, I think that's fair. A lot of VTubers are animal based, and I was going to be like the first frog VTuber. This was back in 2021, and then Kiara made Frog Wawa and Froggy Wawa, and then I was like, I'm cooked. And I've kind of stuck with something that's more me, which is gaming. Well, I mean, I was still going to be Ace Gamer, but anyway. 3D print some jungle leaves and do a video on the filament to use for one. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. What I need to find is a place that makes filament that... I was originally going to use... what's it called? Oh my gosh, my brain is failing me. Originally I was going to use Inland's Peak Green for the color, but they keep switching up their blends, and so if I can't count on them long term to have the same color, then I don't want to like hinge my entire setup on a blend that they won't do anymore. Like, for instance, for a lot of my skin-colored prints, I used their sand PLA, and then they stopped making the sand PLA, and now they don't have that skin tone anymore. Very riveting content. Thank you. Thank you for that, Dreams. Hey, at least it wasn't a pun about my mom, so I'll take it. I'll take it. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, I've been a huge fan of frogs for a while. Oh, come on. How is that not tall enough? Alright, where's this other piece of wood that's keeping this from dying? There it is. Now this should start to decay. It's gonna stretch. It's only 3 o'clock? Holy shit, it feels like it's 4. This is why I picked 2 as my stream time back in the day. Or noon. Honestly, noon was better because it gave me a little bit of time for the rest of my day to do stuff. But I can't fit that in anymore. Hopefully next semester my class schedule is a little bit better. Right now my class schedule is awful. I have all of my classes are at night. And so on Tuesday, Thursday, I have class until 7. That's why stream starts at 7:30 because I have to rush home, eat dinner, and then get on stream. That's why I'm always so tired and beat after stream. Or tired for stream, I should say. Because my class ends like half an hour before I go live. Yeah, no, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday. But today my class was canceled, so I was like, you know what? This week I'll get a little bit of a break. If it weren't for the class that I have on Mondays, this would probably be the new norm where I would stream on Mondays. Do you know anything about Unreal Engine or ray tracing games? I see content on YouTube and would like to learn more about how to get games like that for my kids. I unfortunately don't. I wish I knew more. I want to know to tell you, but I don't, unfortunately. Ray tracing. Yeah, that's not unfortunately, that's not something that I would know. I know there's been a lot of controversy around Unreal because they recently put like an extra fee on any indie games that use Unreal, and so a bunch of people made a max exodus from using Unreal to using other things to render their games. And so then Unreal had to like backtrack immediately because they started to lose a shitload of money for it. That decision. Oh, that was Unity. My bad. No, wait. No, you're right. It was Unity. Got the two mixed up. In my head, Unity... It's the one owned by Epic Games. Which, in my head, Unity... Or Unreal was owned by Epic. But maybe it's Unity that's owned... Hold on. Okay, Unreal is owned by Epic. Unity is owned by BlackRock. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if you can use Unity to mess with games that are already... Like, I don't think you can use Unity to like make Minecraft look better. What they might be doing is like separately rendering like a Minecraft video in Unity, but I don't think they're actually making the game look better. I used to use shaders, but I think they're outdated. So I think if I hold on. Oh wait, I don't even have them on. I used to have shaders on Minecraft, but then they got outdated, so I had to stop using them. I thought ID Soft made Unreal and Unity was its own thing. No, ID... Well, maybe they got bought out, but Epic Games owns Unreal. Don't gaslight me. I just looked it up. That's all I can do. I'm going sicko mode on this. No one is gaslighting. You're just crazy. I sent that just before you looked it up. Read the chat, bro. No. No, you didn't. You're crazy. Your Honor, look back at the VOD. You will see that I am right. Dreams is gaslighting me. Dreams wants me to go crazy. It's taking a little bit for the chat messages to buffer. Maybe I'm having some issues with delay. Because on my screen it came up way after I looked it up. The only gaslighting that's going on... Oh, here we go. Another joke about my mom. See, guys? Do I have any other topics I want to talk about? It's kind of hard because most of the time when I plan for Minecraft Tuesday, literally all I do is come up with jokes or come up with topics to talk about with Kirby. But since Kirby hasn't been here for a couple weeks, I've just kind of been lagging behind on, like, there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but then I haven't gotten a chance to talk about, so... The only person that mentioned it was me. That's today. That's today. You have to look back at all the Minecraft Tuesdays that I've done, or all the streams that I've done where Dreams has been there, and then you'll be like, oh no. See, Ace isn't crazy. Topic is a chocolate bar in the UK. You call it topic instead of I don't have a jet for that. I do find it funny how many people in America will use Europe as a way to both positively and negatively bash America. Like, you'll see videos that'll be like, the United States, all the food is made with toxic chemicals that they don't use in the European Union. And then you'll look and, like, half of the chemicals that we actually do ban are not banned in the UK. It's like, come on. Hot Topic, on the other hand, is your mother. Thank you. I did not mean... He wasn't even in the streams you're talking about. You sound like you need a break. I do need a break, but... That's not happening. So, I'm just going to continue to descent into madness. Getting crazier and crazier by the day. Going crazy. Going crazy. It's the whole like UK versus America on banning certain chemicals reminds me of the discussion about BPA from back in the day. So like BPA free is like a huge selling point, but a lot of the fillers that manufacturers use to replace BPA, when introduced to high heat, they break down into BPA, which then releases carcinogenic chemicals into the liquid that is being stored. So while factually it is BPA free, it's like it's not really the solution that people think it is. It all comes down to marketing. It's a similar deal with electrolytes, where things like Gatorade and other sports drinks will say, "Oh, with like more BPA is a filler used in plastics." I believe, if I remember, don't quote me on this. I would recommend looking it up, but I believe it's a plasticizer to make it more or less brittle. But I would have to look it up because it's been a while since I've talked about BPA in my classes. All I know is that when BPA is heated, it will release carcinogenic chemicals, which butane poly. I shouldn't drink water. No, you should drink water. I'm like stuck in between two different conversations here. No, I would pretty much unanimously advise against drinking bottled water. Bottled water is not regulated like tap water is regulated. And so actually, funnily enough, there was a case study done because Fiji water. If you don't listen to any of the environmental takes that I have, don't drink Fiji water. Fiji water is crap. For legal reasons, I'm talking about taste. Okay, now that thing is out of the way, there was a thing a while back where, like, an advertising campaign where Fiji claimed that they had better water than some random municipality. I believe it was like in Connecticut or something like that. I'd have to look back into it, but that municipality got pissed and they put Fiji water through the same testing that they put their water through and found levels of lead in Fiji water. And then Fiji responded by getting pissed and being like, "We don't have lead in our water. We don't have lead in our water." Blah 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 blah. And so, yeah, no. But what Fiji water does is it does take away water from the natives of Fiji, just like Nestle takes away water from the people in America that need water, and then sells it back to them. None of this is legally binding, though. I think that saves me. Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of bottled water. Just in most cases, just take it from your tap, because tap water is highly regulated by the EPA. What is this? Okay, good. Electrolytes. I want to talk about electrolytes. So electrolytes are, by definition, anytime chemically speaking, an ion is dissolved in liquid or in water. So that could be salt. Like when you put table salt in water, that's technically an electrolyte solution. And so a lot of the electrolytes that you get in these drinks are salts. Sugar is also an electrolyte when dissolved in water, although it's not an ion, so it's a little bit different. I don't think it breaks down. It doesn't break down into... It's just dissolved sugar. It's not an ion, but it's still an electrolyte because it helps the solution conduct electricity. But anyway, there is a lot of health science that I've seen from dietitians saying that this focus on super loading your diet with electrolytes doesn't really matter. What about a 9-volt battery in the water? So it's not the electricity itself, it's the ability of the water to carry electricity. Oh, fun fact. So you know how at a swimming pool, when there's lightning, they tell you to get out of the water? Well, water cannot carry electricity on it when it's has nothing in it. If you haven't watched a movie called Idiocracy, you're wrong. Go watch it. Are you saying that I'm wrong about what I'm saying, or that I'm wrong that I haven't watched the movie? Because you're right, I haven't watched that movie. But anyway, so water can't carry a charge unless it has stuff in it. And the stuff from your body that reacts with the chlorine in the water is another way for water to carry an electrical charge. The oils on your skin, that kind of stuff. That you haven't seen the movie. Okay. For a second, I thought you were saying I was wrong, and I'm like, I don't think so. I'll have to watch it. One of my favorite things to discuss in terms of engineering is the difference between customer experience and the engineered purpose of the product. So a great example, in my opinion, is what's the best one for our conversation right now? Roundabouts. Roundabouts are probably a really good example of the topic that I'm talking about. But roundabouts, in theory, as a civil engineer, are supposed to be the perfect solution for an intersection. So for those of you that don't know, if a system is perfectly engineered for driving, you shouldn't need to ever stop, because there should be a way for you to get... I don't really know much about plastic, not in a position to call anyone intellectually wrong. Well, thank you. A lot of people wouldn't give me that courtesy. They would say, well, it doesn't matter that I don't know enough about it. I feel like you're wrong. I could very well be wrong. I'm just a human, so, you know. I could be misremembering or, you know, whatever. Because I've been working with this stuff for over a decade now, so it's... I could be wrong. Anyway. Roundabouts. Back to roundabouts. So roundabouts solve the biggest issue with infrastructure engineering, because theoretically a roundabout makes it so that nobody has to ever stop. They just slow down, which means that it saves you on your carbon emissions, it saves you on time, it saves traffic, all that stuff. It's great. However, in America, we're not really taught how to drive in roundabouts, because roundabouts are a very, relatively speaking, newer thing for American infrastructure. And so Americans just don't know how to drive in roundabouts, and so they either get in accidents or have to stop anyway, and which defeats the purpose of a roundabout. I only bring up roundabouts because every single time, not every single time, but for the most part, whenever I call my grandma, she complains about the roundabouts near her because she doesn't know how to drive in them, and they make her scared. Which is a great example of the idea that I like to talk about, where it's like, you can engineer the perfect thing, but if people don't know how to use it, don't care about it, it's not going to go anywhere. Another good example is the Third Pound Burger. I forget which restaurant introduced it. I've been melting plastics as long as I can remember. It's okay to melt them, just don't eat them. Wow. Screw microplastics. I'm moving on to macroplastics. I'm a big boy. But there was a restaurant that had a Third Pound Burger to compete with McDonald's Quarter Pounder, and they're like, we've got it. I think it was Wendy's, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that, though. I can't remember which company did it. But they made the Third Pound Burger to compete with McDonald's Quarter Pounder. But when people saw it, they thought it was less meat because it was because they saw the 3 and thought that the 3 was less than the 4 in Quarter Pounder. And so it was a complete failure of a ad campaign because people didn't buy it because they thought it was less meat, despite the fact that it's more meat. It's just because people don't understand fractions. Most people don't understand math in general, but they don't understand fractions, and so they thought that 1/3 was less than 1/4 because 4 is a bigger number than 3, which is just so funny to think about. Because like it's such a to most of us because people are stupid. Well, I'm not gonna say that because that's mean, but there's a lot of people who don't. I think my opinion of it is that it's not that they're stupid. It's that people aren't willing to sit and think about something on a critical level very often. You know, it's very much just a base instinct, and then that's it. And not a lot of people are willing to change their beliefs if they get contradictory evidence, which is another, big problem. I think that's why I found myself in academia, because the whole point of academia is learning. The more you learn, the more you know that you don't know. I know that sounds contradictory, but it's really not, The more I've learned about, the more I've found that I can't talk on broad topics. It's kind of... I find it a little sad, but it makes more sense as you get into it, You find out the more you don't know. They've been given the chance to learn in grade school. Basic fractions aren't difficult. People are just lazy or unwilling to learn for whatever reason. That's kind of what I'm getting at, but trying to pitch it as more nice. But that's what I'm saying. I that's why I get so angry when people say, "Oh, I hate math." It's like, why do you hate math though? Because math is all around us and it's so important, and math itself is not like scary or complicated. It can be very easy to do math. It's just takes a little bit of effort, and not a lot of people want to put effort into math, which is sad. I think math is the easiest way that quote-unquote smart people can take advantage of quote-unquote dumb people, is because you can manipulate people's feelings so easily with math. You tell somebody, oh, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to sell you this product, and it's going to be 25% off, and then take an additional 25% off. And people would read that and go, oh, that makes it 50% off, so it's going to be half as much. Or even worse, you say, oh, well, we're going to give you this thing, and it's going to be 50% off, and then if you buy it today, we'll give you an additional 50% off. And people are like, oh my god, it's basically free, I gotta buy it. But in actuality, I think if I'm doing my mental math correctly, it's a lot closer to 75% off, because it's 50, and it's 50 off of that one that's already gotten 50 taken off of it. So it's like it's almost like a Half-Life at that point, where you're just taking a little bit off each time. You're never quite getting to zero. Percentages and statistics specifically are the way that I think people get taken advantage of the most if we look at math in its totality. Using a lot of big words here to cover up for the fact that I'm talking very broad. Are you guys glad that I'm talking about things like math and academia while playing Minecraft? Oh, I got a potion. What is this? Ominous bottle. Ooh. I forgot about that. In the new update, they now drop bottles of ominous so that you can get the ominous effect whenever you want, rather than getting it when you kill the leader. Shit, I'm so strong, I'm knocking him back. He's flying. That is sick, though. Because now you can just pop this and the raids start. Yes, math is an art. Percentages are reversible. So if you have something that costs $25, and they're saying we'd like to take 10% off, you can do that mental math in your head by instead doing 25% of 10 instead of 10% of 25. They're the same number. They're both, what would that be? Fuck, I did the wrong number. Let's say it's 12 instead. 12% off. 12% of 25 is the same of 25% of 12. 25% of 12 is $3, I believe. Yes. So it would be $3 off of 25, which would make it 22, if I'm doing my math correctly. Let me see. See, the problem with math is I also don't trust myself when I say it out loud. I gotta write it. So, yes, it's 3. Now do 25 times... Yep, yeah, see, I was right. No way. I didn't have to second guess myself. Let's go. So yeah, no, if you have anything where there's a percentage and the opposite is easier, just do that. Just swap them, because like I said, percentages are swappable. It's cool. That's a neat little trick that I learned. You know what's kind of crazy? I was so proud of her. I told that to my grandma, and she goes, exactly, I've been using that for years. And I was like, you know what, Grandma? I'm proud of you. Because my grandma is one of those that says, like, oh, I'm not as smart as you or whatever, because you, like, went to college and you're a PhD student and stuff. It's like, I don't know, you knew that percentage math real easily, and percentage math is arguably one of the ones that people hate the most. People pull out a calculator for. Oh, you know what? Speaking of percentage math, you know what bothers me so much? Oh my gosh. And Dreams, you'll probably have a unique perspective on this, being our British viewer here. But doing tips in your head sucks. And now these places have realized that people don't like doing percentage math in their head, and so they started reporting numbers that are just straight up wrong. I saw a thing on Twitter. I think it was, might have been Chili's. I don't know. Anyway, they were at a restaurant, and the tips on the bottom of the receipt were wrong, because now they report it's like 15, 18, 20, I believe is the metric that they use, and the numbers were wrong. So like for 15, 18, and 20, it was saying that it was more money than it really was. So you were like giving more tip to the patron. And the way that they catch you is, so these places that have now started tipping when they normally didn't, most of them use those like iPad thingies. They're called the Yusks or something like that. Well, the company that made those tablets gives those tablets to the restaurants for free, but then scrapes a little bit of the tip money off the top. And so they program those machines to default to higher tip values, because they take a percentage of the tips away from the servers. I think that's scummy for 2 reasons. One, it's encouraging more tipping, which I'm not a huge fan of tipping because of what it means for the workers. But also, it's a way another way for because the companies are taking the monies from the from the tips instead of from anything else, like charging from the business. They're just taking more money from the workers, which really sucks. That's why you always try and tip in cash when you can. I say that, and more and more I keep forgetting to put more cash in my wallet. So when I go places, I have to tip with card. I used to have so much cash in my wallet and stuff like that, and then I just keep forgetting to refill my wallet with more cash as I spend more of it. Sad. Actually, right now, I think my wallet's empty. That's a good reminder. I need to fill my wallet when I am done. with stream. I can't believe it's only been 2 hours. It feels like it's been 3. I probably gotta go and sleep. Honestly, I should just bring a bed over there so I don't have to keep flying back every time I need to sleep. Fidget toy. So I don't remember if I asked this earlier in the stream or not, but how's everybody doing? Good? Bad? Not so good? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm close. That's good. That means I'm close to being able to take this and then just go that direction. So this is the block that I want to take out. Oh, I can't jump that high. Okay. Okay. So I think if I'm reading the map correctly, this is the last block. So I can now start digging this out. I think I'm going to dig this trench all the way down so I have a marker for where I'm supposed to dig for everything else. I know it's kind of weird that I would dig one, like just this wall, but I think it'll help me kind of bookend where I'm supposed to be, because then I can just go in layers here and like work back and forth. Perfect. And then what I'm hoping is that now that this is gray, it should... Perfect. I got it. I got it just on. Now what I want to do is, let's leave this brown and see. If I walk away. Alright, this should be perfect then. It might be one block over, which I'm okay with, as opposed to one block short. Every time I swing my pickaxe to mine, I keep thinking that there's diamonds. I'm like, no way, there's diamonds this high up. I don't think that diamonds can even spawn this high up. Not just that their percentage is low, but I just don't even think it's possible. Dreams, if you're still here, sound off. I wanted to talk about another 3D printer project, but I didn't want to yap in space. Oh no, he's gone. Oh no. Our table, it's broken. We had too many adult activities to do. Oh, my inventory's full. Oh, I need that. So the rest of us must just be just space. Thanks, Ace. Know how you really feel. No, I mean, like, someone to yap off of that would know what I'm talking about. I can yap about 3D printing, but if the one time I was yapping about 3D printing and one of the comments was like, Ace, this is all going over my head. I don't understand this. And I was like, oh shit, sorry. Oh no, I know it was a joke. I know. I'm not actually offended. If I was actually offended, I'd go in and delete your comment. Be like, nah, get this shit off my screen. No, I didn't want chat to feel like they're unwanted. I want us to be like a family here. I guess I could talk about it and explain it from the ground up then. So there is this type of 3D printer called a Voron. Vorons are kind of like the kit cars of 3D printing. So anybody who doesn't know what a kit car is, first off, that's kind of sad because the name kind of implies exactly what it is. But a kit car is a car that you buy a kit for and you build it yourself. So Vorons you buy a kit for and you build it yourself. They go even a step further than, well, not a step further, but they go and you buy you can buy the parts separately. You don't just buy it as one big kit. You can buy them all from different places. Regardless, I'm looking into building a Voron because Kirby had one and you can see it in my Midwest Rep Rap video. It's one of the it's like a really small printer. It's really cute. I'm thinking about making one and making it like a VTuber themed Voron because I saw somebody made a Voron head for their printer that looked like Gargura. Oh my god, I was like, I need to build a Voron now. I saw that and I was sold. I'm like, that's it. Voron time. Okay, perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, boom. Boom. You know, I'm gonna do this. That should... Good. Okay. We're good here. We're good here. Because I got that Leviathan board for free at Rep Rap, which was sick. And I've been wanting to find a printer to make with it. And I'm thinking maybe it would be fun to build one that's like VTuber themed. Now, what I can't decide is whether or not I want to make a Voron 2.0 or 2.4 or whatever it's called, or whether I want to make a Voron 0.2. The small itty bitty one is a 0.4, or that 0.2, and the really big one is a 2.4. Oh my gosh, I just got an idea. That's it. No, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, that's such a good idea. Holy shit, I'm a genius. I just don't know if I have the modeling talent to make that, but it would be fucking so cool. Gosh, I wish I did this as my full-time job, because I would just, right now, I just buy the parts and do it, but got too many projects I'm working on. Gosh, that would be such a cool video. Anyway. I feel like at this point, I know enough about printing where a kit printer would be pretty fun to build. Um, and I think one of the reasons why people really like the kit printers is that you can put a lot of personality into it that you can't get most of the time with other printers. Now, I defied this by printing my own printer and taking the guts off of an old printer because I'm cheap. But I wouldn't. I am an exception, not the rule or whatever the saying is. I'm crazy, so I would don't listen to what I say in that regard. Bum 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 bum. So one of the advantages of this method that I'm doing here with the like walling off a whole area is that if we want to do like pixel art, we could do custom textures for blocks. Like, so we could make like almost like wallpaper, but in Minecraft. So that's one of the advantages. Oh, that's going to kill me. Oh, I lived. I lived, beach. Oh, I'm digging with the wrong tool. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know who to tell this. Man, this idea was so good, and I don't want to tell it because I don't want anybody to steal it because it's that good of an idea. But I want to tell somebody. That's my problem. I can't keep my mouth shut. Oh, I need to get better about that. Oh, my inventory's full again. Hopefully when I put the carpet out on the entirety of this area, it should also spawn proof it, because I believe that carpet makes it so that an area is spawn proof. Like mobs can't spawn on top of carpet. I can't remember though. It might be the same for moss as well, but I don't use moss, so I don't really care. What's my elytra at? Oh, not bad actually. This is gonna take forever. My lord. Good thing I'm doing this on stream. Getting credit for all the work. Do you listen to metal? This is gonna be a bad answer, but I know. People hate when people give this answer. But truly, if you look at my... I should not pull up on stream, but like pull it up on my phone and read you my playlist. If a song is good, I don't care what genre it's from. I just listen to good music. I've heard good metal songs, but I'm not like a metal head. I'm not really tied to any particular genre either. I do have some that are my favorites. Like my favorite band is Paramore. But I don't really like... Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I care about is not the genre, but the tempo. I like stuff with high tempo. So if a song is slow, I mean, I like slow songs, but I'm much big. I oftentimes listen to music that has higher tempo. I don't really listen to stuff that has slow tempo. Very often. It depends. In a second, when I'm done with this layer, I'll pull up my main playlist and I'll kind of go through some of the artists that I have. I won't talk specific songs, but I guess I could talk specific songs. But like, I'll have like every artist. If I hear a good song, I'm like, goes in my playlist. The one metal band that I was about to see in concert was Baby Metal, because they were having a concert near me, and I was like, oh, I should go because that would be really funny. Okay, let's pull up my playlist. So I've got so I've got this is such a great like thing here. I've got Motley Crue, Thin Lizzy, Young Gravy, Elton John, Yaosobi, they're a Japanese singer, 21 Savage, Maury Calliope, A$AP Ferg, Childish Gambino, Pharrell Williams, Jaden Smith, Breakbot, Macklemore, Logic, all in a row. This is just in a row. How do you feel about the new singer for Linkin Park? I honestly haven't heard any of their new stuff, so I don't know. I need a coffee. Oh, Dreams, you're back. So, Dreams, I wanted to ask, should I buy an SV08 or should I make a Voron 2.4 out of a kit? Because I saw that video in the Maker channel where a guy made a custom cover for his tool head. And I was like, that's it. I need to make a Voron now. I can't find the STLs for his thing, but... Oh, Voron's... this is a stupid question, but Voron's open source, right? The only person you want to talk to is back. No! Oh, you're just joking. You're just joking. You're not actually worried. Hey, I'm talking to you about metal right now. Hey, pay attention. Pay attention. I wish I knew more about Linkin Park. Every time I hear a Linkin Park song, all I can think of, though, is like 2008 YouTube AMVs. So, very nostalgic. Ooh. You know, want to know what I've been finding so fun? Is the tracks that are getting added to Fortnite as jam tracks lately. Like, what's it called? Was it Metallica? I'm so bad with names. Their songs got added to Fortnite, so hearing people like get back into Metallica is really funny, because you've got like, it's like Metallica fans and it's like Gen Z and like boomers, and to see that overlap, or Gen Alpha, my bad, Gen Alpha and boomers now can relate over Metallica because Metallica got added to Fortnite. I think it was Metallica. Let me look it up, because I'm gonna look like an idiot when I messed it up. Yes, it was Metallica. I'm right. I knew I was right. What? There's an electronic metal band from Germany called... Oh man, my contacts are bugging. Is that Cowboy? Or Callboy? My bad. It's good stuff. I'll have to look up. I'll have to look into some of their music and see. I don't remember what country they're from, but the one foreign music group I've been into recently is Maneskin, I believe is how you say their name. They've made some really good shit. But that's not metal. Machine Supremacy. Never heard of them. I'm not good with names either. I'm a millennial taking my Gen Alpha son to see a Metallica in like 6 months. They're going to be like, that's the guy from Fortnite. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And when that happens, you just got to look at your son. You got to be like, yeah, son, that's the guy from Fortnite. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me everything. Oh, man. I don't know. I used to be like, oh, Fortnite is cringe, and now I've gone over the hill to be like, you know what? Fortnite is pretty funny. It's pretty funny to be Peter Griffin, dome somebody with a shotgun, and then start singing Metallica. It's just really funny. Not a Metallica fan, but they have good songs. They do. I mean, they're big for a reason. I forget which member of the band said it, but they said that they saw the biggest spike in streaming activity after being in Fortnite that they've seen since they started like on streaming sites. Like being a featured music creator or like an icon in Fortnite apparently is really good for music people. Yeah. The one is pretty good. I'm hoping they play that in concert. Which one? Which one? Also, Dreams, while you're here, thoughts on Voron? Thoughts on Voron? SVO8 or a kit depends on what size of printer you're after. If you're looking for 2.4, that's the same size as the SVO8. If you're wanting the easy route, go SVO8. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of at an impasse with my 3D printing right now, where the only thing I'm missing, the big thing that I'm missing as in my repertoire. Sorry, the song is called One. I'll have to, I wish I knew more about metal to talk with you. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Music is not something that literally, like I said, I'm not a big music guy. I just listen to whatever's good and I will jam. So, and I'm also not good with names, so I can't remember like, oh, what was this song that was played? I just remember the vibe. So Vorons, I'm kind of at an impasse with my printing where I really would like to, I'd like to get a new printer, I think, but I'm not sure which printer to do. What I'd really like to do, if I'm being honest, is I'd like to build the Voron 2.4 and do the tool changing upgrade to it. However, I'm a little nervous because the Voron 2.4 tool changing stuff is still very much in development. And so my original plan was that I was going to buy the K2 like around now as like a birthday gift for myself. But then we haven't heard any updates about it. It's still not out. And so I'm like, Then listen to Tame Impala. Oh, I know Tame Impala. But it's seeming like the K2 isn't going to be a very reliable machine. I don't know. Maybe it'll come out and it'll completely dash my criticisms. I don't know. Just the fact that we haven't heard anything about it is spooky. Then all this stuff with Bamboo has been mounting for like a year. And so I'm really nervous about investing in a Bamboo printer because what if a year from now it, doesn't work? Because the A1 hasn't had it. It really hasn't had a year yet where it hasn't been on the market for a year yet for it to hit those same issues that we're now seeing with the other printers, like the X1 series and that stuff. So I don't know. I do really like the idea though of being able to build this like custom printer. It seems really cool to me. So I don't know. I don't know. What I'm kind of thinking is I could build a Voron 2.4 and then wait for this tool changer stuff to update, for more people to get their hands on it. But the issue is I don't know if I really need another printer right now that just does regular printing stuff. What I would kind of like is multicolor now. So I was looking at instead getting the A1 now and then down the road getting vanilla Voron kit. Then if you want tool changer, unless the efforts from Teaching Tech actually become a kit from Sovol. I doubt that Sovol will do a kit for tool changing. But what they might do is just make it easier for people to buy multiple of the tool heads. But I doubt that they would make a tool changer specific kit. Just because right now the tool changing stuff is just a little too dangerous, I feel. Like they'd have to take on a lot of responsibility, I think, to do it. Because you have to mess. The reason I say this is because you have to mess with the power supply to turn the SV08 into a tool changer. Because the current SV08 can't take the power needed for a tool changer. Yeah. I was talking with Kirby about it, and he said, "Don't buy an SV08 now if you want tool changing, because the tool changing isn't quite there yet. Buy it if you need a printer." And I was like, well, I don't really need a printer. Yeah, but the Prusa Excel is $3,500 if I want to get the actual tool changing on it. At that point, I could almost buy 2 SV08s. No, I could buy... Oh my god. So an SV08 is... I'm gonna do the math for this and figure out, because it's I think it'll be interesting for this convo. There we go. So to order a Prusa Excel with all 5 of the tool heads, which I understand is an unfair comparison. Let me get to a place where I can hide so I don't get jumped by mobs. That doesn't have a door. This doesn't have a door either. Oh shit, we got multicolored frogs in here, dog. Okay. Let me look this up. So a SV08. So ow! Ow, 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 ow. So right now the kit without a the kit without an enclosure, which I think is a fair. But is the cost worth the machine, and are you comparing apples to oranges? I don't know much about the features of either machine. So that's what I'll describe. So the SV08 is is a printer. So, okay. For those of you that don't know what a tool changer is, on a printer, you have the nozzle and all the stuff that prints. What a tool changer can do is it can swap that part of the printer. So theoretically, you could then print with multiple SV08s does not equal one Prusa XL. I know, I'm don't worry, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So, you know what? I'm going to pull back up paint. Okay? Okay, where is... There we go. Paint. Untitled. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Unless you're able to switch the bed between... Well, so... Okay. Why is it not displaying my paint? Come on, bruh. Why does this music sound semi-Pokemon? It's not. It's Sonic. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. No, don't make it as big as my screen. There we go. Okay. Now it's connected. Okay, so for those of you that don't understand, here you have your printer. Just like last time. So this thing right here, this is called the... I want to make sure I get the name right so that anybody that's watching this. This is a hot end and extruder. We call this the tool head to simplify things. Tool head. Okay? These are the same thing. Hot end and extruder. Tool head. It's all one part. Can you not read that? Okay, you gotta squint a little bit, okay? I'm trying not to cover up the whole screen. There. It's there. Now you can see it. Okay. So this thing is called a hot end, and the hot end and extruder together is called the tool head. On this printer that I'm talking about, it... Oh, I want to draw with the brush. Okay, good. So on the printer that we are describing, it has a thing called a tool changer. So what it can do is you have this bracket right here on the front of the printer that will have like 5 of these. Let's say. See, it has, well, here it has 4 because one's being used. What it will do is the printer will move over to this, and it will swap the tool head so that you can print with multiple materials. So say this, because you could have this one be like PLA, and this one could be PET. Those of you that are probably watching are like, well, what does that matter? PLA is what I normally print with in most of my videos. PET is what plastic bottles are made out of. So you could print with both of them at the exact same time. There's a lot of advantages to this. How about you have a flying gantry printer that you lift physically off of the bed, that way you're not moving the bed? Maybe. Wouldn't that increase runtime because then you would have to essentially reheat the material inside the nozzle before it starts again? Yes. However, this is compared to most printers right now are single extruder multicolor. And so what they do is they have this printer here. So the one that I keep mentioning called the Bamboo printer, it has hold on. It will have like red, orange. You can't see the difference between those. Yellow. Let's do yellow, green. Why is it not green? Green and blue. They all come to one tool head, like this. And so what happens is you have to purge out like the red. You have to purge out the red so that it can swap to the yellow. And so the amount of time that it takes to purge is so long that it triple to quadruples the amount of time it takes to print a model. Whereas if you have this, there is a thing called priming temperature, which you can keep the plastic at so it doesn't like dribble like you're talking about, and it doesn't clog. You can keep the nozzle at that prime temperature for an infinitely long amount of time. And it uses very little energy, all things considered, when you look at the whole printer itself, because holding a temperature is much easier than ramping up to a temperature. So it sits there at the temperature it needs to, and then what will happen is as this is coming over and hooking on, it can ramp this one's temperature up to printing, then swap over, grab this one, and then go back to printing. You're right, it adds time, but compared to purging, it is so much faster. So much faster. Also, because you're keeping the materials in separate tool heads, you don't need to prime because you're not swapping between colors. So you're not getting as much waste, which is really big for us sustainable people here. So those are the two big advantages of multi-tool head compared to single extruder. Took changing IDEX with a belt. That would be my ultimate printer, especially if it were the Crooked Crow. The Crooked Crow looks really cool. We talked about the Crooked Crow at the RepRap recap stream because the Crooked Crow is really cool. But what I'm not sure about is all of the companies that make these multicolor printers here on the right. There's one really, there's kind of two. One most people don't know about. It's the oh my gosh, I feel like Maker's in their name. I'm gonna go to, hold on, Micro Center. I'm gonna remember it right as I look it up, and it's gonna be a waste of this time. Where is it? Is it Snapmaker? No, Anycubic Cobra. The Anycubic made their own multicolor system, although I haven't heard about whether it's good or not. Yeah, no, Anycubic has made an AMS for their bed slinger, although I haven't heard about whether it's good or not. They just started selling it at Micro Center. It's actually cheaper than the A1 Mini, or the A1 Combo. The A1 Combo comes with, how big is it? 256, and you lose 6 millimeters, but 6 millimeters is nothing in terms of how much you lose. I don't recall seeing any videos on the Cobra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Cobra has I don't know anything about the Cobra or whether it's good or not. It's too new, but it's cheaper than the AMS, or the A1, my bad. Anyway, so the companies there's like one company right now that does this form of printer, and they're not a great company. I don't really want to support them with my money. So this really isn't an option right now. But the problem with this one on the left is that it's not, I would like to do it, but it's not it's not really available right now. What about setting each tool head on a rack like a CNC machine? That's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. That's what this rack right here, that's what this part is right here. It's a rack that holds the tool heads exactly like a CNC mill. That's exactly how it works. I believe it was inspired by CNC machining. Let me look up and see. I'm gonna see if I can find a video that does that. Well, this will last. This way. Voron 2.4 tool changer. So I know nothing about this this content creator. So if they are a bad person, I don't know that. I apologize. Nah, I don't want to use that. Do I have any other globes that I don't use? I'll just make a new one. We're blaming you for others' opinions. Good. I like to hear that. Oh, cancel. Cancel. I don't want this. Hold on. So this is a user who's made a Voron 2.4. This is the machine that I'm talking about. And they have, you can see here, each of these different colored tool heads print, and they swap, you can swap between them. There was a user who, or a maker who was at Midwest Rep Rap who had one of these, and they were in my video. I don't think this is Zombie Hedgehog. This is some guy named David Gray. But Zombie Hedgehog does have one of these, I'm pretty sure. But I just want to show off the concept. He has, oh man, he even has like LCD screens here that show off like what each of these are material-wise and whether they're ready to be swapped or not. Like these seem to be ready to go. That's so cool. But anyway, see, I don't know why he has a purge tower here if he's using a tool changer. The whole point is that then it doesn't need a purge tower because it's using the same material. Anyway, I haven't tested this in depth, so I could be wrong about certain aspects. But anyway, this is what I kind of want to build. And as you can see, this is super customized. But the development for this isn't quite there. An anti-dribble mechanism. Yeah, you could have in the back, you could have like a thing for the printer to wipe on. The K1 has it in the G code to do that, or it has it in the printer's like physical parameters to do that. It's just a G code command that needs to be enabled. But that takes a little bit more work. So anyway, that's kind of what I want to build. I just don't know which one to do. No one likes dribbles. Thanks. So what I'm trying to decide is whether or not I want to invest my time and money in making a 2.4, or whether I want to invest my money in like an AMS system. Nothing more embarrassing when you get your tool out than when it dribbles. That's a good comment. I'm going to frame that and put it on my wall. Anyway, I don't know whether or not I want to buy a Bamboo like multicolor printer, or whether I just want to like start making a 2.4 and like go ultra customized with it. I don't know. I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm just kind of torn. But I saw somebody who made a custom shroud for their like Voron toolhead, and now I'm like, now I want a Voron. Yeah. See, the only thing that I would feel, I think, is that if I bought an SV08 and then turned it into a tool changer, I'd be like, well, I want it to be customized. You know? Get it running and wait. Yeah. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards. Because I wonder if I could get a cheap Voron kit. Like cheaper Voron kit. Because I already have the board. I don't need the board. I just need the other parts for it. But I don't know. I could source the parts individually instead of buying a kit. But I want it to be as easy as possible. I don't want it to be super challenging. So I don't know. I'm also like, do I really need the 2.4 or could I make... So, but if it's going to be tool changing, you want it to be as big as possible so it has that space. Use the board for a multi-headed pultruder. No. No. I would not use a Voron board for a pultruder. No. I have no shortage of boards. I actually have in my workshop, I actually have 2 Ender boards that I have nothing to use them for. We need to talk projects for 2026. Oh gosh. See, you shouldn't have got me into the baby belt, because now I'm like, damn, I need to build a baby belt. I wish I was like Josh. So correct me if I'm wrong. I was talking to a friend of mine about this. Josh's job is Recreator, right? I think he said that he quit his job to go full time for Recreator. The baby belt is your 2025. Yeah, no. Baby belt looks sick. See, I'm looking at things that do something new for me rather than just things that look like a fun project, because there are too many fun projects out there. So I need stuff that like will get me stuff that I don't have already in my printer rotation. So like resin, although I really don't want to do resin because it's dangerous and I'm nervous about doing it. I'm not 100% on how to answer that question about Josh. Gotcha. I could have sworn, because he said a couple of times that like if he had stayed working his job, he wouldn't be able to do Recreator. So I'm pretty sure that he's full-time Recreator, but he might do like a side gig to back everything up. I guess I could DM him about it and ask him before I like pause it and answer. I'm pretty sure though that he told me that he does Recreator full-time. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I can't pull it off monetarily. Not to, again, I don't want to complain, but like I don't make any money right now off of anything I do Ace Gamer related, so I could not feasibly do that. And it's not like I'm gonna go to my parents and be like, "Hey, I'd like to live in your basement for the rest of my life, chopping up plastic." There's no way ever that they would let me do that. Yeah, I'm gonna give up my PhD so that I can chop up plastic in the basement. They'd kill me. They'd kill me if I did that. I'd happily switch my job to this if I had any income. Yeah. That's kind of what me and Chep were talking about, which I can't remember if you made it to the RepRap stream or not, but at the end of the Printopia stream, my bad. The end of the Printopia stream, we talked about this, but it's kind of sad to see the 3D printing like community, because it's very clear that the biggest thing holding back the 3D printing community is economics. Everybody is just doing like what they think is fun, and so they're doing it as a hobby, and so it develops very slow, and it's very sad, because there's a lot of great stuff being worked on, but everybody that wants to push past being just a maker has to prove that like there's a business for it or something like that. Like even CocoPress, I was talking to the founder, and she was saying that CocoPress is just breaking even. There's very little overhead or like extra or whatever the word for it is on what she does. Everything she's just doing and breaking barely even. And I'm like, that's really sad, because she's doing such an amazing thing for the community with development of the CocoPress machine, and it's just breaking even for economics. Anyway. That's also what Chep was saying, is that he's finding it tough to monetize his content these days because of things like YouTube Shorts and such. And so I was talking to him about that. No, I would happily do this as my full-time job, but I can't, and I don't know if there's any time in the future where I would, in the near future, where I would be able to. It's a similar thing that Kirby and I were talking about, actually, because he's kind of in a similar boat where he wants to devote his full time to this, but it's kind of hard because you have to like quit your job for it, and it's a scary prospect. Shorts getting to be 3 minutes though, that's good. I'm gonna be real. I think that is the worst case scenario for shorts, is for them to get longer, because YouTube since 2016-ish has been going on a trend where it's kind of shooting itself in the foot. When YouTube switched to be less about views and more about watch time is when you got more clickbait content that was like, watch till the end of the video, watch till the end of the video. Clickbait was always a problem, but that decision to make YouTube's analytics about watch time over views changed the way that clickbait is run on the platform. Now we're seeing that, so shorts and videos are promoted differently. They are considered a different form of content. They're not, even though I like to live my life that way, like believing that, ignorant or whatever the word is to what is actually the way that they're actually. No, ignorant is when you don't have the knowledge. I'm ignoring what I'm being told about it because it's more convenient to do that. But basically, so you have community posts, you have live streams, you have live streams and VODs, but they're in the same portion. Shorts and community posts. So there's like 4 different types of content that you can post on YouTube. It used to just be videos, and comments, and they were not things that went on your homepage. Then YouTube streaming got introduced, and it used to be where it would they were all on the same feed. So videos and streams would be on the same feed. Then they got split, and now they're like where there's the stream page and then there's the videos page, which I really like. I really like that split because I like everything to be kind of organized. And I also like that shorts are in their own section. But what happens is a short on your channel somebody that subscribes off of your shorts does not mean that they will watch your streams, and it doesn't mean that they will watch your videos, and they also won't necessarily be recommended your other videos if they're a shorts watcher, because they're 2 different groups of viewers. And so when shorts first came out, a lot of creators reported that shorts were killing them. And YouTube has gone on record and said that shorts was not as popular, like not as good an idea as they thought it was, and it's killing off their core user base. I think that making shorts longer continues that trend of shorts killing off creators, because now there's even less of a reason to make full form content. But shorts are nearly impossible to monetize unless you're a massive creator, because YouTube pays based on viewer watch time. But if your videos are only 60 seconds, you can't get paid off of that. Your video has to have like a jillion views to get enough watch time to matter. Does this have mending? It does. Why is it not mending? I'd like shorts to be broken into their own app. Get them out of main. I hate how easily it is to lose hours to. Okay, well, I agree with you on that second point, but I don't agree with the... I think it's the biggest strength of YouTube in its current state that everything is all on one app. Because then, if things were more commingled and we built a better YouTube community, then I think things would be a lot better. Because you wouldn't have as much of a reason... Like, in the past, content creators would use different sites as ways to promote their brand as a whole. So you would use TikTok to post your short form content. Then you would use Twitter as your way to engage with the community. And then you'd use YouTube as your way to stream and post videos, and that was it. But theoretically, Shorts and the Communities tab have the opportunity to bridge the gap between your community on one platform. Because you can have the TikTok short form videos, you can have the community posts that are not video related at all. You can have all of that on one platform. And on the home page, or on your page, they're separate. Like when you go to the person's channel, they're separate. Like if you go to my channel right now, you'd see that everything is split. Let me see. So if you go to my channel right now, you'll see that I'll have the home page, then I'll have the videos, shorts, lives, and then I have playlists, which I haven't updated in a while, so I need to update those. But for videos, you can easily scan by and see all the videos that I've made. My biggest problem is I have my Twitch VODs up there. I still haven't decided what to do with the Twitch VODs. But shorts are in their own category. Lives are in their own category. I love it that way. I really like it that way as a content creator. So they need to fix the RSS feeds for those tabs. I don't know what RSS feeds are. But I think the reason that people dislike it is because the homepage mixes all three of those together: community, posts and videos, or streams and videos, and shorts. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree that it subfeeds. Yeah, subfeeds have been kind of broken forever. I'm trying to think of a time when subfeeds weren't kind of busted on YouTube. People complain about not getting all of their content that they want in subfeeds. Talking to Kirby, I realized that I'm kind of in the minority where I don't really sub to a lot of people, and so my sub feed has always been kind of clear, and so I never really had that issue. But talking to him, I've heard more about how that's a big issue, and I could see that as being something where you're like overwhelmed by all the stuff that's in the sub feed. Yeah, someone who subs for shorts gets notifications when shorts are uploaded, not when you stream. I think the issue that YouTube is running into is that their content is their disparate content is bleeding too much together in the wrong ways. Where people that sub for your short form content are only hearing about your short form content and not your other content, but those two styles of content don't exist in a bubble. Like when I make a short, I have to put effort into making a short just as much as I would put an effort into streaming every day. So in order to post all kinds of content, you need to work way harder to get less of a payout, if I can be improper about it. Because like I mentioned, on TikTok is running into this issue too, where it's super hard to monetize short form content. Really, the only way that you can monetize short form content is by monetizing it through long form content. TikTok pushed to make TikToks longer. I think now you can post a TikTok up to 10 minutes. And then YouTube is trying to do it by making it so that shorts can be longer. I think that's going to end up being a bigger negative, because now you're devaluing videos in form of shorts, and a lot of core YouTubers don't like shorts already. They're not going to go from making long form videos to making shorts just because shorts are 3 minutes instead. Yeah. And now you can also do horizontal videos on TikTok. TikTok actually, for those of you that don't know this, in order to post a TikTok in order to post a short on YouTube, it has to already be rendered in the 1080 by 1920 aspect ratio, so the vertical aspect ratio. If it is not rendered in that aspect ratio, it will not post as a short. It will post as a full-form video. If you go to my channel, you'll actually see that the first post in the videos tab on my channel is an improperly rendered short for that exact reason. I need to delete that and repost it, but I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been busy. But anyway, TikTok does not care. When you post a video, as long as it is under 10 minutes, it will post it as a TikTok. And it will auto crop it or make it a horizontal video that you can full screen. YouTube Short does not do that. So I've made in my Sony Vegas a profile that's called YouTube Shorts, so it automatically renders my video in the aspect ratio it needs to be, so that it uploads as a short. So yeah, that's kind of the state of everything. I'm very against shorts being 3 minutes because I think that it devalues videos. And the biggest problem that YouTube and TikTok have right now, and Twitter to an extent, but Twitter makes their money off ads regardless, and it's feed style, but any platform that tries to do short form content like shorts runs into a monetization issue, because no platform has found a way to monetize short form content yet, because really the only way to monetize content is with ads, but ads take time, and when you're doing something like short form scrolling through TikTok, you don't want to see ads. Ads don't do as well on shorts as they do on long form videos or streams or that stuff. YouTube has gotten over this issue by subsidizing basically YouTube Shorts with money from the creator, with money from ads from the site as a whole. So you can make money off of ads that are blanketed over the entirety of YouTube. So they basically use long form content as a way to subsidize short form content. So they can quote unquote get over that hurdle that TikTok has. TikTok has tried to overcome that hurdle by incentivizing longer content that will do better with ads. But that is yet to be seen on whether or not that will work well, because a lot of creators, to get around that, are just saying, please just stick till the end of the video on TikTok. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to post random gameplay or random footage or whatever to get to the 60-second mark so that I can get get ad money, but the content of the video is still the same amount of time. So it's just they're just padding the video out. Now, if you remember, those of you that in the audience that are older might remember, that's exactly what people did around 2016 on YouTube, when YouTube shifted their monetization to be away from views and towards watch time. And that's why you saw a lot of YouTubers extending their videos out to 10 minutes, and videos would be like 10:06 or 10:05 or whatever, because 10 minutes is the cutoff to get paid on YouTube with long form videos. So it's kind of funny to see how trends will... Time is cyclical. Everything loops, you know? The same tactics that people used to get paid on YouTube back in the day. 10 and 1 second is literally the cutoff to get paid on a long-form video. I definitely haven't cheated that myself. I have. Don't look at it. All of my rep videos, the script ends at about 8 or 9 minutes, and then I do behind-the-scenes content to pad it out until 10 minutes. The difference that I would argue with my content versus the content that I was talking about is the reason that it quote-unquote pads it out is it's just stuff that I couldn't find room for in the script, but I wanted to include in the video. So it's not like I'm putting that in there just to get to 10 minutes. It's just I didn't have a way to naturally incorporate that stuff into the script. So it's a little bit different than what I'm talking about, but even I am guilty of doing that, trying to hit that 10-minute mark on the videos so that I can monetize them. Now, to be fair, I can't monetize any videos on my channel because I'm not partner. So it's not something that really affects me in the way that it affects somebody like Chep. That was somebody that we were talking about earlier. So yeah, that's my extremely long yap session about the state of creating content on YouTube. It's just kind of like, that was no segue to the bonus content, unlike the segue to this stream sponsor. I would like to monetize the channel so that I can do bigger and better things on the channel. Like, I could purchase an ArtMe, I could purchase an SV08 and make a tool changer. I could do all these crazy things if I monetize the content on the channel, because right now I'm limited because I'm a broke college student. For me, the issue becomes where does the line get drawn between what I want to do and just like looking like a shill. So if I can advertise the ArtMe at all, it is on sale right now. At least it was on sale. If it's not, I'm gonna cry because I need the Chop Suey mini shredder. Let's talk about the Chop Suey mini shredder off stream. I've got some stuff to catch you up on with that. I built 2 of them. Because the kit that you buy on Amazon with the router bits comes with two router bits, and so I just built 2 of them because it was easy to print them. So So I've got 2 of them like half built. Or I built 2 of them, I just don't use them. I moved up to that grain mill that Josh and other makers have been using, which has been working pretty well for failed prints. He only used it for bamboo poop, and he said it's wonderful for bamboo poop. I haven't tried it because I don't have a bamboo, so I don't make bamboo poop to test it. My biggest complaint with the chop suey is that it's so small that I can't fit anything in it. So I basically have to chop stuff up to put it in it anyway. It might be a good way to finish off like scraps, but I haven't. I needed another shredder to do that anyway, so I was like, grain mill. Maybe I need one for that for failed prints. The one I'm using right now was only $50 on Amazon. I got the smaller one, and then I just run smaller batches through it. It requires me to chop the stuff up more before I run it through the shredder, but I don't mind that right now because I don't have to chop it up as much as I do for the chop suey. So it's so weird to hear you guys call it the chop suey, because on printables it's called the micro shredder. So I've always called it the micro shredder. That millennial naming scheme. Also, Dreams, you're a mod on the Discord, right? Did the micro shredder channel on the Discord get did it get deleted or like moved or something like that? Because I don't see it anymore. I feel like I keep getting kicked from these different channels due to inactivity, and so I don't get to keep up with them. And now you're gonna ping me while I'm streaming. Boy dinner. I just read that. I'm gonna send you the streams, like DM it to you. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. This is what made me want to get a Voron. Threads hide when they're inactive. Okay. Otherwise, oh, it's a thread. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Gotcha. Sorry, I was checking to see. I don't have chat up. Damn, that sucks. People have been talking about the plastic shredder and like the grain mill and like which one. I think I used their affiliate link. Anyway, all right, let me pull this back up because I'm getting quiet again because I'm reading. All right, well, anyway. So I am kind of getting towards where I think I might stop for right now. What's my inventory like? Okay, I'll keep taking down more stone here. But I think we did a lot today, which is really great, and a lot of good conversations with chat, which is, you know, what I'm here for. Got a lot of stuff to think about on like an end of like making and stuff like that, so it's fun. It's fun. This is why I like doing streams at noon to like 2, because um then I finish stream and I'm like, all right, I still have my evening to like go and do other stuff, but requires a different level of work. Anyway, I'm starting to get to the yappy part of the stream, which means I must be really tired. Running out of stuff to talk about, so I'm just talking about everything all at once. Is there anything else I'm working on? Once I get my K1 working a little bit better, I'm currently working on November might be like VTuber month again. I don't like to spam VTuber content because anybody that follows me for non-VTuber content might be like, now why the hell are you posting so much VTuber content? So I like to take my VTuber content in shifts. And before 3D Printopia, I was posting a lot of VTuber content. And then at 3D Printopia, I was showing off one of my VTuber models. So I didn't want it to end up that I was like posting too much VTuber content. But I think what I'm going to do right now, because I have October is going to be Halloween, like the whole way through. Starting Friday, I'm just going to be going full steam ahead on Halloween-centered models and such. But then November, not sure what I'll do from November yet. Oh, that's right. I do have that one cosplay piece that I made for my sister. That'll be fun. So yeah. My inventory's not full. And then I've been working on some projects with the Shredder, which I mentioned at the end of the 3D Printopia stream, or 3D Printopia video. And if you haven't, go and watch that video. Put a lot of effort into that video. And there's some fun behind-the-scenes stuff that I didn't showcase in the stream or the short, which are fun. I actually alluded to some of them on stream yesterday. For my birthday stream. I guess, I don't know. I could look into Voron tool changers and see what it's like, you know, compared to the SV08. Oh, my music ended. Now it's really quiet. All right, let me jump down here. Boom, boom, boom. It's so quiet you can actually hear the Minecraft volume since I have it turned so far down. Well, I think it is definitely so much different compared to when we started today. Holy moly. Music ended, maybe that means it's time. Yeah, I know. But hey, don't worry, I'll be back on Thursday playing again, and then I'll probably do next Tuesday as a Maker Tuesday and not a Minecraft Tuesday. I have to see if I can think of stuff I want to model. But yeah. So actually, you know what? If I'm going to end the stream off, I want to be at a cool place where I can overlook everything. Okay, there we go. Well, I think that's where I'm going to end it off for today. Not think. I know. This is where I'm going to end it off for today. I want to say thank you to everybody watching. There's been a lot of really great feedback on the videos, shorts, streams, all that I've been posting recently. A lot of people came out for my birthday stream yesterday, which was fun. Um, and that was cool because it was also semi a test to see if I could get away with doing like spur of the moment streams and people would still watch, which seems like they did, which was exciting. Now that could have been just because it was my birthday and they wanted to wish me a happy birthday, but I'm gonna look at it instead through the positive lens that people just wanted to come and see my content um, at any hour of the day. So yeah, content wise, I have a video coming out on, or a short video coming out on Wednesday and a short coming out on Friday, just like normal. And I will be back streaming Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, hopefully getting towards the ending here on Thursday. Other than that, today's Monday, so it's leading off the week. So yeah, that is pretty much all of the updates that are updates on my end. Anything else before I end off the stream? Let me see. Nothing from chat. All right. Well, if you made it this far into the VOD, I want to thank you for all the VOD watchers out there. Special shout out to you. And I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.